Welcome to Mars Movement Studio. This is our first digital class together, and it's going to be about an hour. And this is my dog Crystal, and she's going to be here with us, but she'll be off to the side for most of the time. And we're going to do a total body workout, and we're going to use a ball. So if you have one, grab it. If not, I'll give you options for moving without the ball. And let's go ahead and get started. So we're just going to come to a comfortable seated position on our mat. You can rest the ball in your lap. You can come to seated and just start by kind of wiggling it out here. Maybe just kind of letting your body move, giving yourself a moment to just kind of settle in. And then once you've sort of shaken it out, just have a seat, however is most comfortable for you. Getting really nice and settled here. And then you can bring your hands to either side of your rib cage, your thumbs around the back side, four fingers around the front, and take a big breath in. And then exhale to clear it out. Pushing any stale air out of your body. Inhale, send that air down into your belly. And then as you exhale, start to draw your belly button back in space, feeling that low belly engaged. And as you send more air out of your lungs, can you start to draw your low ribs together? As you inhale, see if you can keep that low belly lightly engaged as you send the air wide into your lungs. And then as you exhale, you draw your low ribs together, you hug your belly button back, and then see if you can start to pick up your pelvic floor with that exhale. Inhale, low belly stays lightly engaged. You send the air wide into your lungs. And then exhale, you find this co-contraction. So it's ribs drawing together, belly button hugging back, and then at the bottom of that breath out, you start to lift that pelvic floor. Keeping the breath in that upper chamber wide into your lungs. And then using that breath out to feel this protective wrapping of your deepest layer of abs around your spine. Good. Okay, with this breath, we're going to send our legs out in front of us and then bring that ball just behind your low back. And I want you to kind of like pin it there a little bit. See if you can scoot back into it so you can hold it in place even though you're seated upright. Is it gonna work? Yeah, okay. Okay, so feeling that ball pinned behind you, your legs are long out in front of you and you're really kicking through your heels. And then from here, send your arms straight out in front of you. See if you can plug them into your shoulder sockets here. Sit up tall to lift up through the crown of your head. And then as you exhale, I want you to drop your ribs to your hips, rounding through your spine. Inhale, restack, ribs on top of hips, elongating through your spine all the way through the crown of your head. And then again, exhale, dropping your ribs to your hips, thinking about pressing that low back towards the wall behind you. Inhale, restack. And you'll feel this little squish of the ball too. So it's just like the gentle tuck of your tailbone, dropping your ribs to your hips, mid-spine curves. And you may feel your shoulders round forward a little bit with this. Maybe you kind of drop forward. But I want you to see if you can try to keep that plugging in of your arm into your shoulders and really isolating this movement through your spine. Down and up. Yeah? Cool. So getting into that movement of the spine while keeping your chest nice and broad and feeling that little squish of the ball with every roll back. And maybe the ball kind of pops out and you have to bring it back in place. That's totally fine. Just another 3 like this. This is your last one. Good. And then with this, we're going to take that ball and we're going to bring it underneath our heels. Keeping our legs really long out in front of us, keeping that reach of your heels. Arms come out in front of you again. And then I want you to find that tuck of your tailbone, that drawing down of your ribs towards your hips. And then I want you to lean it back just a little bit. Staying broad in your chest, you've got this C curve at your mid to low back. And then from here, you're just going to start to draw your knees into your chest. Point your toes, come up onto your toes on the ball. And then extend your legs long, flex through your heels. Keep going like that. Draw it in, you come onto your toes, knees hug in. And then send it out long. Now, if you don't have a ball, you would have your legs long out in front of you. And we'll start with a march. So you'll just hug your knee into your chest and down, knee into your chest and down. And then once you feel good there, you'll start to just drag your feet back, hugging your knees in. You come to your toes and then you drag your legs forward. It'll probably be easier if you have bare feet. Okay, but if you have that ball, we're going like this in this nice little C curve, holding it so our abs are nice and engaged, and then you hug your knees in. Mine come like maybe the width of my shoulders as they come in, and then you push out. Keep going like this. Hug in, low belly engages to draw those knees back, and then forward, kick out through your heels. Keep going like this for another 6. Last 5. Whew. We've got 4. Going nice and slow. So you kind of think about hugging your knees in and you pause, toes on the ball. Last 2. This is your last one. Hug it in, pause. And then go ahead and send those legs forward. You can take a little forward fold here for a moment. Maybe dropping your head forward for a sec. Okay, and then let's get back into it. This time we're gonna add a twist. So from here, arms come forward. You take that little roll back. Your heels are actively reaching away from you. So you're kind of resting those legs on the ball. And then from here, I want you to keep your legs nice and active. Try to keep your heels glued together. Keep your sits bones planted as you twist to the left. And then as you start to draw that left arm forward, hug your knees in. And then push the ball out, twist. Come back through center, hug your knees in. Yeah, keep going like that. Twist, heels reach, hug in, toes to the ball. Breath pattern is what keeps you connected here. So I like an exhale to twist, and then an inhale to hug in. Trying to keep those shoulders relaxed. It's tough. And can we go here for another 3? Last 2. Feeling those obliques light up. Okay, and then on 1, I want you to find that twist and hold it. Reaching long through your heels, can you just drop yourself back an inch and up an inch? Back and up. Hi, Crystal. 3. Last 2. Last 1. Good. Okay, and then go ahead and come forward again. hip flexors might be starting to get a little bit sensitive, you're welcome to give yourself this little release. Okay, good. Okay, and then from here, let's go to the other side. So it's a twist with legs long, and then as you come back through center, you hug your knees in. And then if you were doing this without the ball, you would find that twist, and then as you come through center, hug your right knee in. Twist, right knee hugs in. Yeah. Sorry, I forgot to tell you that on the first side. But you're welcome to circle back through the video. You can rewind a little bit. Okay, and we're going on this side. Twisting, and then hugging our knees in for just another 3. Last 2. Good. Last 1. Twist, hold, and then just go back an inch and up an inch. Keep reaching through your heels. Keep planted on those sits bones. Open up a little more through that right shoulder. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, come through center and relax. You can rock a little bit from side to side. Maybe you find a little cross leg and lean forward a little bit. Okay, and then we're going to take it into a bridging series. So you can take a nice little transition, legs out in front of you, maybe balls between your hands, and let's just roll it down little by little, slow roll. And then when you get there, bend your knees, planting your feet close to your body. And we'll bring that ball between our thighs, up close by your knees. Okay. From here, our arms will come up to the sky. But if you like a little more support, they can stay down by your side. Find your neutral spine here as you inhale. As you exhale, tuck through your tailbone, imprint your spine, and squeeze the ball. Inhale, lift through your mid to low back. Find neutral. And then exhale, tuck through your tailbone, imprint your spine, squeeze the ball. Inhale, neutral. Exhale, tucking through that tailbone. Squeeze the ball. Okay, so from here, we'll start to lift this into a bridge. So the next time you find that exhale, you tuck through your tailbone, plant down in your heels, squeeze the ball, start to float your hips up in space. And then inhale, roll it back down bone by bone. Taking this into an articulated bridge here, inhaling neutral. You exhale to imprint, tuck your tailbone, squeeze the ball, squeeze your glutes, lift yourself up into your bridge. Inhale, bone by bone, back down. Taking your time to move with intention and move with your breath, just sort of noticing how your spine feels. It was taking a good amount of movement through, or a good amount of flexion through that first ab series. And now we're moving it through sort of an undulating range of motion. Okay. You've got that grip of your ball between your thighs, though if you have no ball, no problem. You're just lifting up into your bridge and lowering, and that's totally cool. And we'll go for another 4 like this. Waking up that backside of your body, seeing if you can wake up your glutes by actively pressing into your heels with every lift up. Two more. And then on this last one, you're going to keep your hips lifted. So dig down into those heels, lift yourself up into your bridge, and hold it here. seeing if you can dig down into your heels a little bit more actively to light up your hamstrings, light up your glutes. Could you think about pressing your shoulders a little bit more actively into the mat behind you and reaching through your fingertips? And then can you think about drawing your ribs towards your hips so you're not splaying out here? You've got this really strong front body connection in addition to being really active through that backside. And then from here, if you have the ball, you can squeeze into it with your inner thighs and release. Squeeze and release. Keep going like that. Squeeze and release. If you don't have a ball, you're holding your bridge, and then you're just going to lift your hips up an inch and down an inch. So you can choose. It's either that inner thigh pressing in. I like this activation because you find your adductors and you start to light up through that pelvic floor, feeling that connection of your inner thighs to your low belly. And we'll go for 4 and 3, last 2 and 1. Good. Go ahead and roll yourself down here. Take that ball out of your thighs, and you can take a little rock from side to side with your knees. It's a little windshield wiper. Okay, we're going to take this into a little bit of unbalanced bridging. So if you don't have a ball, I'll have you come up and then just lift your right heel up and lower and lift. If you have the ball, you're going to bring that ball beneath your right foot. And I want you to dig down into your left heel, press down into your right foot. You'll feel your hamstrings light up there. And you can bring your hands down by your side for this one so that you're nice and supported. And then as you exhale, you'll lift your hips up, press into that ball. It's a little bit wobbly. And then go ahead and lower yourself down. And we'll keep going like this. So if you don't have the ball, you're just lifted on your right toes and it's offset in that way. If you do have the ball, you're feeling this wobble. So you're feeling that right leg start to activate a lot. And you can be taking this as that articulated bridge up and down, or we can start to take this into a neutral bridge, thinking about that spine at neutral, like when we inhale. And then as we exhale, think about lifting that spine all in one piece, finding that little lift of your hips, and then that hinge of your hips to lower. So if you prefer the articulated version, you can take it. I'm going to start moving into this more neutral spine position. Again, arms down is going to feel really nice and supportive for you. You could bend at your elbows, fingertips to the sky. Or if you wanted to really go for it, fingertips all the way up to the sky, arms lifted. Okay, we're going to go for 3 more like this, of this lift and lower. Lift and lower. Sorry if Crystal's bone chomping is annoying. Hopefully this mic works and you don't hear it. Okay, next time we lift up, let's hold it. We've got this offset leg. Your hips are really, really even here. Find wherever is good for your arms, and then you're just going to push the ball out and in. And if you don't have the ball, you're going to lift and lower that right leg. So we're really trying to keep our hips stable as we take this movement at our right leg. If you have the ball, you're pushing it out and in, and think about that flex of your heel to push the leg long. Think about coming to your tiptoes as you pull it in, and you might find a little bit of adjusting of the ball as it wiggles. See if you can keep your hips even. Just here for another 3. Last 2. Whew. Left leg's really working. Last one, send that right leg long and pull it in, and then drop your hips down. Oh, okay. Grab that ball and let's butterfly those legs. So soles of your feet come together, knees wide, and then knees come together and wide. So you're just taking this little fluttering butterfly. Okay, shall we do the second side? Okay, from here, coming into our bridge, that ball comes under your left foot, or again, you come up to your left toes. Arms down by your side to start this one out. Let's exhale to lift our hips. Inhale to lower it down. And again, you can either take that articulated bridge, but I'm feeling pretty good with this neutral bridge now. And you can see I'm also taking my hands to my body to encourage myself to stay in this neutral bridge, this stable spine. So I bring my thumbs to my ribs and my pointer fingers to my hip points, and then I try to keep that space pretty stable here. So main worker here is that right side, right? That's really doing the literal heavy lifting of your body. But I feel this a lot on my left leg because it's trying to help. It really wants to, but it has this impediment of that ball, which is wobbly and unsettling. And if you have the ball, but you don't really like it, you can come to the non-ball option, just bringing your left toes to the ground so that you're offset and lifting and lowering. Hips are staying even the whole time. So in this offset position, you might find that your left hip tries to lift up a little bit, or maybe it sinks down. Do your best to keep it nice and stable. And we'll go for another 3. We've got 2. Okay, on 1, lift it up. We'll hold it. Hips are even, really stable. Right leg is really supporting you here, and you're going to push the ball away and return. Or if you don't have that ball, you're lifting and lowering that left leg like a single leg march. Oh. Okay, out and in. Pressing down into that right heel, holding those hips even. You may play around with where the ball is as it shifts through movement. Oh, I'm getting tired. Let's go for another 3. Arms can be wherever feels most supportive. Last 2. Okay, last 1. Roll it in and then drop it down. Okay, grab that ball. Take another one of those butterflies, soles of your feet together, and then you flap those wings. Cool. You may notice that I kind of move a lot through my series. Like maybe sometimes my arms are up here, maybe they're down here, maybe they're down by my side, maybe they're on my body. I'm not a big perfectionist. I think that we're doing these movements to try to investigate what's going on in our bodies. So if that means that you're not in a perfect position all the time, that's really cool with me. Take your movements, find what feels good. Maybe it feels good for 2 reps and then you need to back it off a little bit. That's cool. That's totally cool. Okay, we're going to move into a little bird dog series, and we're going to focus on some upper body work here. So let's all roll ourselves up, coming into all 4s. And for this one, I'm going to have the ball in my left hand. Now, if you don't have a ball, you're not going to have one. So I'll give you different options here. Okay. So knees are under your hips, shoulders are over your hands. Get really square here. I want you to make sure that your knees aren't in too far here, but you're really nice and square. And actually, before we move with that ball, let's just bring it between our thighs and we'll take a few cat-cow. Inhaling to look forward, drop your belly. Exhaling, hug your belly up and in, drop your head. And let's keep going like this, taking this movement of our spine. Exhale, hug it up. Inhale, drop it down. Finding that flexion as you tuck your tailbone and lift your belly. Inhale as you drop your belly, lift your tailbone, lift your head. And then let's go from side to side. So find that happy medium between this extension and this flexion. Find somewhere in between. And then look to your right, over towards your right hip. Feel this expansion through your left side. And then through center and look over to your left hip, finding this expansion through your right side. And keep going like that, kind of rhythmically, like you're wagging your tail, taking a look one side and then the other. Okay, let's look to the right and pause for a minute, finding this contraction through our right side body. See if you can inhale into your left lung. Exhale back through center, and then look over to the left, really feeling this contraction through your left side body so that you can open more through your right side. Take a big inhale to see if you can fill your right lung. And back through center. Okay, nice. Okay, now let's bring that ball in underneath that left hand and find this all fours position. And first thing we're gonna do here is take a reach through that right leg. So we're just gonna send that right leg long, flex through your right foot. Bring it right back underneath you. Try to keep your hips square here as you extend that right leg back. A lot of times our inclination is to kind of pop up a little bit. I want you to see if you can stay stable through your pelvis and find this squeeze through your glute max. So kind of try to find that smile line underneath your right butt cheek. Squeeze from there, okay? All right, spine stays super neutral here. You may start to feel a little bit of engagement through that outer left hip because that left leg is doing a lot of work to stabilize. Okay, I've got a tuck through my left toes, but if you're more comfortable with your top of your foot on the mat, that's cool. I like a little tuck. It helps me find that little perch. Okay, from here, we'll start to add this into a bird dog. So if you have the ball, you're just gonna roll the ball away and then bring it right back under your palms. If you don't have the ball, it's going to look more like a traditional bird dog. Left arm comes overhead and back down. Overhead and back down. And we're just kind of moving in opposition here, seeing if you can press up and out of that right shoulder. Keep your spine neutral and stable. And then from here, we'll start to add on work for that right tricep. So the next time you send that left arm long and that right leg long, hold. Now I want you to see if you can reach your head forward a little bit and then bend your right elbow. You're gonna roll more on that ball, drop your forehead down to the ground, and then lift yourself up, bring it back in, rest for a moment. And we'll keep going like that. So you find this big push out, find that extension, and then you kind of reach your head forward. Feel yourself shift forward at your left hip, and then you bend your right elbow towards your right ribs, drop your forehead down, and then big push up, come back in. Cool? Okay, now if you don't have that ball, you find this bird dog, reach, and then you could tap your left fingertips down as you take that tricep work. If you feel super confident, you could maybe bring that left hand behind your back. I like the support. Okay, so we're moving here. Extend long, find that stability through your spine. Shift forward a little bit. You roll on the ball. You find that right tricep. Push up, come back in. Reach long. Ooh. And you're finding this like little hinge at your left hip. So as you reach out, you drop your chest forward all in one piece from the top of your head. Okay, let's go for another 4. Finding that big long reach through that right heel. We've got 3 more. Ooh. Okay, last 2. And on one, we're gonna hold. Reach out long, find that bend through your right elbow. See if you can really hold steady here. Right heel reaches long, left fingertips reach long, shoulders are square, hips are square. 3, 2, 1. Push up. Oh, nice work. Okay, and then you can take that ball in 2 hands, rest your hips back onto your heels, and reach through your fingertips. I'm finding a little swivel of my shoulders around my spine. Okay, and then from here, we're going to come to lying down on our left side, on our left forearm. So coming to lay down on our left hip, left forearm's right in front of you, and then your legs are gonna come forward to about 90 degrees. So you've got your knees straight out from your hips and then your shins parallel with the front of the mat. I like a little flex through my feet, through my ankles. And then we're gonna bring that ball behind your right knee. I probably should have said this at the beginning of class, but it's a lot easier to have bare skin on the ball. If you have leggings or sweatpants, they get a little bit slippy. So hopefully you're doing this maybe in the comfort of your own home. You could take off your pants if you wanted to, or switch to some shorts. Anyways, you can also muscle through it with some leggings. Okay. So from here, we've got our left forearm down underneath us, and we're finding this lift up and out of our left side so that we're not slumping down in our left shoulder. We're not slumping down in our left ribs. We're really active here, lifting up and away. And then you can bring your right hand to your right hip, or if you would like a little more support, right fingertips can come out in front of you. Now, finding this lift is really dependent on where your forearm is. If your arm is too far out, you're gonna be putting a lot of stress on that shoulder scenario. If you're too far in, you're gonna be kind of pressing up a little more than you need to be. So elbows right underneath that left shoulder. Okay. Nice and broad through your chest. Stack of your shoulders on top of one another. Stack of your hips on top of one another. From here, we're just going to open that right knee up and close it down. Little fire hydrant here. Open and close. And I love having that right hand on your right hip so that you're not rolling back in space here. That is not a lot of work for your glutes. That's a lot of work for, I don't know, maybe like your obliques. But more so it's work for your skeleton, but we want to work our muscles here. So we're holding this lift up, and then we find that squeeze of our outer right glute. Bring it back down. Hamstrings are a little bit engaged here, keeping that ball in place. And so we're opening up and then seeing if we could drop that knee just in line with our hip. Open up, drop it down. You may notice as that leg moves that you find movement at your spine. That's okay. But let's see if we can start to refine it a little bit. Holding yourself steady as you open and close. Cool. I'm starting to feel it. Maybe you are too. If your neck is starting to feel fussy, you could look down to the ground. Okay, and then from here, we'll start to add on. So we'll open that knee up, pause, drop it down just in line with your hip, and then sweep that leg back like you're stamping your heel back behind you, keeping that grip on the ball. Your knee comes straight out from your hip. And then you swivel it forward and you open it up. Close it down, kick back, feel that glute max, sweep forward, feel that glute med, open up. I'm gonna keep looking down because my neck is starting to feel it a lot in that right side. And we're just alternating, open, close, sweep back, sweep forward. Open, close, sweep back, sweep forward. Looking really good. Or rather, feeling really good. Okay, let's go for another 3 of those alternating. Lift and sweep. and lift and sweep. That's 2. Okay, on 1, we'll find that lift. Take your last sweep and hold it here. I want you to really reach that knee away from you while hugging your heel back towards your butt. And then I want you to squeeze the ball. Squeeze, squeeze. And if you don't have a ball, I want you to take a little lift and lower. But from here, can you squeeze the ball? Can you lift up and out of that left side? Can you keep your hips stacked? Squeeze for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice work. Okay, go ahead and lay yourself down for a moment. Rest your head. Give yourself a little tap, tap, tap. Whew. Shake your head out a little bit if you want. Oof, okay. Now we're going to do an ab series, and then we'll get back into that second side of lower body and upper body. Okay, so for this ab series, let's come to seated. Oh, my neck is really feeling a lot of tension, so I'm taking this little circle out. Okay, and then from here, we're gonna lay back onto our ball. So take that ball and you're gonna bring it right behind your shoulder blades. If you don't have the ball, you could use a yoga block, or you could just lay yourself down, and we can do this whole series with no ball. But if you have the ball, it's coming right between your shoulders. Closer to your tailbone is going to be more challenging. Closer up towards your head is going to be more supportive. I like it somewhere in between, so maybe just right below my shoulder blades. Okay, hands interlaced behind your head. Your feet are planted on the mat. Inhale to send your head back in space. Let your head come heavy in your hands. Let your elbows go wide. And then exhale, we're gonna curl up. Lift your shoulders. Inhale, send your head back. Exhale, lift. Seeing if as you find this lift, you could start to peel your shoulders off of the ball, but press your mid back into it. So you're finding this really strong curve through your spine as you lift, pulling yourself into, go on, miss. Pulling yourself into flexion in your spine by contracting through your abs. Come here. Come on. Come on. Okay. She'll move eventually. We're just taking our ab curls here for another 4. Last 3. We've got 2 more. Okay, and then on 1, I want you to find this big ab curl. Okay, I'm gonna have to actually move here. You can hold that ab curl for a moment, really lifting that chest, really thinking about pressing that low back into the mat. And then from here, lift your right leg up to tabletop. And then as you send your head back over the ball, you're going to extend that right leg long. And go like that a few more times. Exhale, right leg's at tabletop, and you lift your chest. Inhale, you send that right leg long, and your head comes over the ball. Let's go for another 3 like this, staying at the center. That left leg is down. We've got 2 more. Okay, and then on 1, I want you to hold this lift, hold that right leg at tabletop. Now can you twist? Bringing that left elbow to that right knee. Come back to center, extend your right leg long, send your head back over the ball. And now let's unify those movements. So as that right leg comes to tabletop, you curl up, twist the right knee. Inhale, send everything long. Exhale, twist. Inhale, return. Ooh, taking as long as you want as your head rests back over that ball. And then getting back into that strong lift and twist. We're going to go for 4 more. Whew. Oh. Last 3. Inhale, relax back. Last 2. Last 1. Can you twist and hold the twist in your upper body? Now extend that right leg long. Bring it back to tabletop. Just here for 5. Ooh, holding that twist, using those obliques to hold you in place. We've got 2. Last 1. Good. Come through center. Right foot drops down. Send your head back over that ball and just take a moment. Whew. Nice work, everybody. Okay. Oh, perfect. She's ready for a rest, too. Okay. Now let's get back into it. So hands interlaced behind your head. You're going to find your ab curl and hold it for a moment. Elbows are wide. And then lift your left leg to tabletop. From here, as you extend your head back over the ball, you're going to extend your left leg long. Inhale. Exhale, curl up. Inhale back. Exhale, curl up. Inhale. Exhale, lift. And then we'll start to take this into that twist. Into, okay. On 1, find that lift, left leg's at tabletop. Find your twist, right elbow to left knee. And then as you unfurl to center, sending your head back over the ball, you extend your left leg long. Exhale, curl up, twist to your left knee. Inhale, extend leg long. Inhale over the ball. Exhale, unifying these movements. You twist as your leg comes to tabletop. As you inhale, send it long. Exhale, twist. Noticing how we're moving nice and slow here. Not using that momentum to fling you all around, so it's not a it's really nice and slow. We're gonna go for another 2. Ooh. And on 1, we'll hold the twist, elbows wide, use those obliques, plant down in that right foot. Just send that left leg long. Back and long and back. Just 6 total. This is 4. 3. Last 2. On 1, bring that left leg back to tabletop, unfurl your chest, drop your foot down, send your head back over the ball. Oh, nice job, everybody. Inhale. You can send your arms overhead. You can find that little butterfly in your low body. Okay. From here, let's carefully roll ourselves up. Oh, that was really spicy. Okay, and then we're coming on to hands and knees for that second side of our bird dog and tricep work. So bring the ball between your knees for a moment. We're going to take that cat-cow one more time. I like to take this before any tabletop series so that we can check in with our spine. So we remember what extension is, we remember what flexion is, and then we can a little bit more accurately come into our strong tabletop. Cool, let's go 2 more times. Inhale, exhale, inhale, and exhale. Okay. That ball comes under your right hand. If you don't have that ball, you're going to take your more standard bird dog. But no matter what, we're starting with that leg lift first. So that left leg reaches back. You find a flex through that left heel. Bring it underneath you. Flex through that left heel, sending that leg long. trying to find that length through the backside of that leg more than you're finding like lift and curvature through your back. You're finding extension and engagement, right? So finding that big reach through your heel and that length through the backside of your leg rather than contraction, like beautiful dancer pose. That's gorgeous. And if you can do that gorgeous arcing kind of thing, that's cool, but not necessarily what we're here to do right now. Okay, and I like that tuck of my right toes underneath me, but if you like your right foot flat on the mat, that's cool. Try to keep your gaze slightly forward here, and let's add on that reach of that right arm. So reach your left leg long, reach your right arm forward, rolling the ball away, and bringing the ball back below you. And if you have no ball, it's that reach of your right arm overhead. Okay, but if we have the ball, we're just finding that little roll away and that return back. And again, if you're feeling this in your outer right hip, that's okay. I feel like a lot of times people are like, I'm not feeling it where I'm supposed to be feeling it. I'm not feeling it in my left glute because I'm feeling it in my right hip. And I'm like, you can feel it all over. Your whole body is working in this position. If you wanted to take that right knee out a little bit further from center, that might relieve a little bit of the stress on that outer right hip. But everything's working here. Okay, I'll start to go into that tricep dip. So you press your arm and your leg away, and then I want you to kind of shift your head forward a little bit, pressing out of that right hip, and then bend that left elbow and push up, come back to rest. I really like a rest in between reps, kind of in general. I find that a lot of times when we're just like repping it out, just like staying in the engagement, that builds a lot of fatigue really quickly, but it kind of takes you out of that strong form. So personally, and in my classes, we take a lot of reset because I want us to be moving with intention, not just moving to move, but moving to find our strength. Okay, we're gonna go for another 3 like this. We've got 2 more, and then you know what's coming. We've got a hold at the end. Yee! Okay, next one we hold. So extend out, find that bend of your left elbow. It's bending back to your ribs. You're holding. Could you reach a little longer through the crown of your head? Could you reach a little longer through your left heels? Hold for 3, 2, 1. Oh, okay, come back. Send your knees wide, drop your hips onto your heels. You can take that ball and push it away from you. Sending your arms long, dropping your forehead down to the floor maybe. And then I kind of like to swivel my head a little bit here or swivel my shoulders a little bit. Okay, let's get into that second side of that side lying work. So we're coming to laying down on our right forearm on our right side. And we're bringing that ball behind our left knee. If you don't have a ball, that's okay. No ball necessary. Okay, and then again, getting into the super strong position. So your shins are going to be about parallel with the front of the mat. Thighs coming straight out from your hips forward. And then finding this strong lift through the right side of your body. Remembering not to take it too broad so that you're finding this kind of acute angle at the top of your shoulder, but you're lifting right up out of it, almost like your arm bone is like propped in that socket. Okay, stack your shoulders so you're not slumping forward. Stack your hips so that you're not using your skeleton to find this work. and then lift left knee up, drop it down. Lift it and lower it. And again, like I said at the beginning of class, like you can find movements within this. I don't want you to think about like how perfect can my body be? How can I be a statue? How can I be a perfect Pilates model? Like it's about exploration. So like find an adjustment through your shoulder, find an adjustment through your waistline, find an adjustment at your heels, maybe finding more flex at those ankles. Like maybe you want that left fingertip in front of you supporting you here. Explore what feels good in your body. I can give you different options for what to explore, and I'll definitely give you these options for alignment, like I want you to be lifted out of that right side waist. I want you to be extending your head long away from your tailbone. If your neck is starting to feel it here, you could look down to the floor. But if you find another investigation that feels useful, I want you to take it. Okay, and then let's lift our leg, and then we're just lowering to float. So we don't quite close those thighs down every time. And from here, we'll start to layer in that sweep. So the next time you drop your left leg about hip height, you'll sweep it back. Oh, I'm running into the wall. And then sweep it forward. So you lift and lower and then sweep it back. Lift, lower, sweep. And there's a lot of right angles here, right? I've got a right angle at my ankle. I've got a right angle at my knee. I've got a right angle from my thighs out from my torso as my legs come forward. So kind of thinking about, can I like pop into that right angle? Ooh, this side feels a lot more tired than my first side, probably because of all that work that all of my body has done throughout this series. Okay, we're gonna go just for another 4. Ooh, press up and out of that right shoulder, maybe sending that gaze back down to the floor. This is 3. We've got 2 more. And then on 1, sweep that left leg back so that your knee is kind of like straight out from your hip, straight out from your shoulder. Everything's stacked here. And then you're just going to squeeze into the ball, into the ball, into the ball. And again, if you don't have that ball, it's a little lift and lower. Both are really hard. We're just here for another 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice. Okay. Go ahead and rest yourself down. Oh, lay yourself down. Give yourself a little tap, tap, tap of your outer hip. Okay. And then we're just going to do one unifying total body move so that we can recenter everything. We did a lot of like crisscrossy and single arm and contralateral work. So we're just going to bring it all together, and then we will rest. Okay, so if you have the ball, bring it between your thighs, and we're going to do my favorite, some bear planks. Oof, okay, so find your all fours, find your nice, strong, flat back, neutral spine, and then find your toes tucked underneath you. From here, I want you to press up and out of your shoulders, extending long through the top of your head. And then keep this grip on the ball as you float your knees up a few inches and then drop them down. Press up and out of those heels of your hands, lifting up and out of your shoulders as you lift your knees up and down. And when I say lifting up and out of my shoulders, what do I mean by that? So I think about kind of spreading my shoulder blades on my back and then seeing if I can push my like back body further away from the ground as I lift and lower. Rather than sinking down here And moving from there, I'm really strong, pushed up and out through my scapula. And I'm lifting and lowering. Okay, let's go for another 4. And if your hands are feeling it, you could come down to your fists, bringing your knuckles to the ground. This is 2. On 1, we'll hold it. Lift your knees up, hold, and then you're just gonna squeeze into the ball, release, squeeze, release, squeeze, release for just another 4, 3, 2. On 1, squeeze the ball, hold it. Now can you just send those knees over to the right? Your heels kind of drop to the left. Send those knees over to the left. Your heels drop to the right. So you're kind of rocking your hips from side to side, balancing on your toes, finding those obliques. Little rock for 4, 3. Keep that squeeze of the ball for 2. Last 1. Okay, knees drop down. Take that ball away. You can find your child's pose here. Again, reaching those arms really, really, really long. Oh, especially so you can find that stretch at your shoulders now. See if you can roll the ball the way even more. Okay, and then go ahead and roll it up here. Whew. Okay, from here, let's just lay down on our backs, taking a moment to rest and regather. I'm going to bring my legs into a butterfly, soles of my feet together, knees out wide. Seeing if I can spread my shoulder blades a little bit more to find more contact with the mat in my upper body. And then bringing a hand to my heart and a hand to my belly. Take a big breath in here to fill yourself up. And then exhale, clear it out. Big breath in. This time we'll hold it at the top. Fill yourself up all the way to the tippy top. And then when you think you can't take in any more breath, take in another sip. And hold it. Feeling your heart beat inside of your body. And exhale, let it go. Emptying out any stale air at the bottom. And let's do that one more time. Big breath in. And this time when you think you can't pull in anymore, pull in 2 sips at the top. And hold. Take this moment to thank your body. And then big exhale. Let your body relax into the mat. And let your breath come back to its natural rhythm now. Just taking this time as your body starts to find its natural rhythm, letting that autonomic system take over. Can you take this time to integrate all of the information that your body gave you over this last period of time? Okay, and you are all done with your class. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm going to be doing one of these a week now, and let me know how you feel. Let me know if there's anything you'd like to see in classes, anything you want to work on, and I look forward to more time with you.